Welcome back in the kitchen with Made with Love Delectable Edibles, and Colin Proctor joins us today. How are you?
I'm doing great.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm doing well. It's hot out there.
It's really hot out there.
It is.
And despite the fact that it's hot, we're going to be doing some oven cooking today.
You know what? Sometimes you still have to use the oven. You can't use the barbecue 7 days a week, Colin, right?
Yeah, it's not just that. You know, like I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed today, and I know that when I'm feeling overwhelmed, the oven is my friend, actually.
Really?
Because,
yeah,
it's just the type of thing, you put the food in the oven, and then you leave it, and it's cooked.
Yeah.
And it's just really straightforward. So we've got some pork today. I got it from Heartland Foods, and which I'm just going to plug them. It's a great local food store on Tranquille. They have a local agenda, so pretty much everything that they sell in the store is sold, picked up from BC and generally from the Kamloops area. So this is all local.
And you want local. Local is great.
Absolutely.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. So we're starting off with our roast pork. The thing you need to know with pork is you need to cook it all the way through. And so generally, I always keep a recipe book in the house that has like basically cooking times per pound, so I know that I'm going to cook my pork. And with this, it's really straightforward. We've got the pork in the pan, and then I'm just going to put my veggies around the pan. I've got 2 different types of potatoes here. I've sliced these ones in half because you want them to be about the same size, so you get an even cooking time. So we're just going to spread them around. And we've got carrots as well too, so this is really almost, I don't know. These all are coming out right now at the farmer's market. Carrots and potatoes, but it's really got a winter's feel as well too, because it's carrots and potatoes and roast food.
And do you find that these vegetables, do they finish a little bit before the pork? How long does this pork, like what is a general rule on cooking pork?
I find generally the rule on it, I think it's going to my head, is about 45 minutes per pound is for roasting, if I'm not mistaken.
What are these little
And
devils?
that's at 325.
Okay. That's
so generally 325, which is a lower cook time. I'll do it like 350, and that'll increase the cooking time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just generally 45 minutes a pound, if I'm not mistaken, for pork.
Okay, good to know. Is this lemon or something? They're
This
so
is
small.
lemon, yeah, they're lemons.
Look at how small these guys are. They're kind of cute.
Absolutely.
Do you put these in as well?
Yeah, I will. Basically, when we get, we're going to do 2 spice blends on this today. We're going to do our red pepper blend and our country onion blend. And I neglected to bring my olive oil today, but the thing about that is this, with a pork, there's quite a bit of fat. So if you turn your vegetables over, you'll still get like a fairly nice glaze on them. You can add a bit of water too, is the other thing you can do right from the beginning. Okay. And that will keep them from getting too dry. So
oftentimes in the place of oil, I will use water, just because oil sometimes adds that little bit of extra calorie that you may not want.
Absolutely.
And I find that water is just as good.
Yeah, oh totally. Yeah, because all you're really trying to do is rehydrate things, and especially cooking with meat, you're getting the fat from the meat.
Yes.
And the water will do the same thing as the oil, ultimately.
Fantastic.
So all I'm doing with the spices here is we've got our country onion blend. I'm doing two blends today, and you can really use any type of blend that you're feeling like on this. And I'm just going to sort of liberally sprinkle everything with it. And I will take my tongs and flip my pork over and get the other side of it. And then we can do the same thing with the red pepper, if you want to do that, Susan.
Sure, I can, yep. The roasted red pepper is a favorite of mine. I really like it. You can do a lot with it.
It's great. It has that really kind of sweet, spicy thing going on with it, which just so many people like. And the other thing I didn't put in here, we've got some baby tomatoes, so we'll just throw those in, and that will also add a lot of flavor because they'll just pop open. And when you turn your vegetables over, the pork and the potatoes and the carrots, the tomato juice will go all over them as well too and cook right into them.
I like how you left, is this an onion? You've left it quite whole. I often chop mine up completely. Is it, but it's, I guess whole is quite good
I
as
find
well, right?
with the roasting, it's great whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find, I don't know, that's the thing about roasting. That's why I say, you know, when you're overwhelmed, it's your friend, because you don't really have to prep it. Like often throw the onions in with the skins, and then we serve it up, they peel right off. The outer layer of skin will just peel right off, and the inside will be just
nice and
perfect.
soft.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we're going to pop this in the oven at
That's
325.
Right. Yeah, actually 350.
To start.
The 350. So the cooking time will be upped a bit. But,
Okay.
the numbers in my head were 45 at 325. So
It's all good. It's all
Yeah.
good. All right. This is a fantastic recipe, and like Colin said, easy to do. Throw in a bunch of vegetables, get the spices on, throw it in the oven, and get back to what you were doing. It's a nice one. I use this one quite a bit, actually, with chicken. Recipe is, of course, at madewithlove.ca if you'd like to check it out. We're going to check this out in a little bit. Right now, quick break. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Stay with us. Welcome back. We're back in the kitchen with Made with Love Delectable Edibles. Colin Proctor just pulled a beautiful roasted pork out of the oven. It's sitting on the counter and it smells really good.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's turned out really well. It's all choreography. So we cooked this. This is what we threw in the oven before the segment today to make it all happen. Smells great. It's probably more than one person can eat.
If you're really hungry.
If you're really hungry, but it smells like, you know, I could eat it all. It smells
Absolutely.
great.
Do you have any tips for knowing sort of the doneness? Do you often work with a thermometer, Colin, or do you go by something else?
You know what? I'm the type of person, I just cut into the meat.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really think about it too much. I just pull it out of the oven or out of the barbecue and cut into it. And that's, to me, is the most reliable way. Like, the thermometer's really good too, but I'm not really a thinker. I'm a bit more visceral, so I just like to see that it's done.
Yep.
And the other thing is, generally when it starts to smell like it's cooked, it's generally cooked. It's a good way to go, I find, anyways, with meat.
Okay, good to know, because I was actually barbecuing with somebody on the weekend who suggested it's not good to cut into it. But like you, I find that that's the fastest, easiest way. If you need to, cut into it. If it's pink, let it go for a little bit longer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it releases a bit of juices and flavor and that sort of thing. I like to cook. I don't consider myself a connoisseur. I'm generally very happy to eat as well too, and I feel confident with my results when I do that. You know, that the smell and the prep that's gone into it beforehand and the love is really what's important in terms of cooking.
Okay, now just before we go to a break, quickly, country onion and red pepper. You could really use any of your spices on this,
Absolutely,
right?
you could use any of the spices. If you're looking for recipes or how to do it, go to our website, madewithlove.ca, and click on like us on Facebook, and we have all the recipes up there. We also post the recipes on YouTube as well too. All the cooking segments eventually make it up onto YouTube. So there's lots of all these demos if you want to go back and refresh your memory.
Excellent. Colin, thank you so much for being here today.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, madewithlove.ca. Go and check out this recipe. Of course, as Colin mentioned, lots of many others. We will take a quick break. When we come back, your one-day weather forecast. Stay with us.